So today I'm going to show you how to shell swap your 3DS. This will be a reference guide because I don't have a new shell, so I will just be uninstalling and reinstalling mine. But for the first step you should unscrew these two screws. Mine are broken on my other plates. I don't have them in them, but I will explain that. But so all you have to do, you should do this for getting your SD card inside, so you should know. So you unscrew these screws, then on the side there's this lip where you can put your finger in and pull it up. And you do that on the other side as well, and it should pop open. So what I do is I don't put in the screws, but I put some 3M tape here. So if I put my cover on and put it down, it will stay in place because of the 3M tape. It doesn't move at all. I can wiggle it, it doesn't matter. It will never get loose, and if I need to get my SD out, I can just pop it up and put it back down and it will stay like that. So that's that. And for the front plate, you have to get like a blade and get in here. So I have spares of these, so I can fuck them up and then put new ones in. But you gotta be careful, because the first time I did it, like you can see, I put a scratch in here. And this is not easy to swap. The same goes for this. I can't even swap this one because I glued in the PSP-C stick, so I would have to remove that. But the hinges are connected, so I don't recommend swapping this. All I recommend to swap is like the backside, like I have on this. I have the Majora's Mask, so that's what I recommend. And I'm gonna show now how you can replace this with like this or whatever. So, like I said, first thing you gotta do is remove these screws, and I will get my tripod and do that in a second. So get like a razor blade and get into the corner. So that's one. That's two. You can probably also use like a heat gun to heat them up a little so they get out easier, but mine come out fairly easy since they have already been removed. So that's four. And now you get a screwdriver. And I repair a lot of iPhones, so I have a lot of these Chinese things. And you remove the screws. So that's all. You don't need to remove this or anything. So now you close your 3DS, and here, this is where it gets tricky because it's a click system. So you have to get in these corners. That's what I recommend. And then push this out and then go from the sides. And like you can see, I broke a little piece off in this corner here. And that's just life. That's just what happens. That can happen. It won't. It might not, but that's just like whatever. So I'm gonna get in here, and this can, if you do it careful, it can take quite a while because these things are really tight. So this was not that hard, so I went through it with my finger and it came off pretty easy. Now you gotta get through the sides. And mine go really easy. Yours gonna take a while, so you need to get with your finger between and get through it, or with a knife or whatever. And the same thing goes for this. Like you can see, I need to get between it and pull it. So that was quite easy actually. So I think you're gonna have more problems with this than I had. And now I can lift this up. And that's how the cover. And there's this problem with this thing, and I think I cut it off. I'm not quite sure, but like you can see, that really just goes in between here, That's what's holding it in place. So like I said, it's a click system, so you have to lift this up. So I could put this on right now, but this is not the one I want. So for reinstalling, it's the same thing. You start here, put it on top, and then on the back side you're gonna, let me focus, you're gonna push it on. Make sure the corners are on, and if you have a spot where it doesn't go in, you might have bended inside. I'm gonna show it here. So you might have bended something here or something, or maybe even one of these pins. There's not really a way to fix them, so rather than fixing them, you should cut it off, and the lid will still have enough pressure. Or like this one, you can see I cut this one off. This one are all good, but this one is cut off. But it doesn't really matter because there's enough others that hold it in place, plus the screws will also come in. So now I have the shell on. You're gonna open it back up and put the screws back in. And like I said, I put a scratch on mine, but I'm not really bothered with that, so just be careful and take your time. As long as you know what you need to do, you won't break anything. And even most things, if you break them, it doesn't really matter because it's still stable enough. And don't put too much pressure on the screws. They will hold it pretty good. So all you got to do is go get them in, and once they're in, put a little pressure and get out. Now we put these things back. And you can order these on like AliExpress. I didn't even need this one, but they come in a set with I'm gonna show you in a second, with the bottoms. So that's done with this, and I lost this because I got I got the screws out a lot because I disassembled my 3DS a lot. So one broke and one I lost. So I ordered these and I got the other ones for the screen. So now you see I got the back plate on here and this plate on here. And my battery's dead. Oh no, my battery's actually laying out. Yeah, and I recommend always to remove the battery. You don't need to, but you don't need the battery while disassembling stuff, so just take it out for the sake of it. And I also put some tape in here because this one always was loose and now it stays in place. So that's something you could do. I did the same for here. So you can see there's red tape inside because I had some issues with it reading my game, so this fixed it for me. And I just leave these screws out and that's it. That's how I shell swap my 3DS. New 3DS XL actually. So now you can do that too. I bought this housing for like $18 on AliExpress and I replaced it with my old gray ones. And it comes actually with more. It comes also with the inside, like this one. It also comes with this and this outer shell, not the motherboard. And also with this, the underplate, without the motherboard. So that's pretty cheap for a Majora's Mask setup. So I'm probably gonna put the link in the description for it. It looks really good. So have fun replacing your 3DS shell. Bye.